Grand Rising Star Beams. Welcome to the energy update for September the 1st to the 14th, 24. We are currently in the energy of the blue supermoon in Pisces, Sun in Virgo squaring Saturn. So this could be an emotional ride, as Pisces rules our emotional body. It also rules the 12th house. So it's where we go through our full journey around the zodiac wheel. So the first being in Aries and the last being the 12th house in Pisces, where those two fishes, the yin and the yang, the Shiva, the Shakti energy, returns back into beingness, to divine unity and source consciousness. So get ready for a deep initiation of knowing thyself more. And I'm really feeling this is revealing some mastery teachings within us, so we can really feel into this deep cosmic rebirth energy that these energies are gifting us. So my name is Kellyanne. I am the keeper of the Rainbow Rose Goddess energy. I am an intuitive divine feminine mentor and ascension guide, and it's an absolute pleasure to be here with you. This energy that we'll be moving in within the next couple of weeks is really asking us to invite any triggers or any responses that we may have within this Piscean energy of what is ready to float downstream, what is ready to leave our reality. This is a huge energy of completions and endings, of completions of karmic contracts, of soul contracts, and also of releasing and letting go of any old conditioning, any old belief patterns within ourselves that have been truly outgrown and are ready to rebirth into a whole new level of consciousness. And so we get to create a completely different experience of reality by upgrading and up-leveling our belief systems and essentially our perception. So let's feel into that Piscean energy in its shadow. And the Piscean energy in its shadow will definitely flag up anywhere where we have moved into victimhood. Victimhood is very much around when we blame anything outside ourselves, others, situations, for why we can't do or be or become something. So it's almost like a self-sabotage kind of energy. So there may well be triggers that rise in this energy that will show us where we may still be in victimhood on some level. And the other trait of the lower Piscean energy, because everything has light and shadow, is escapism, denial, avoid, run away, addiction. So anywhere where the ego will avoid, distract, deny, because it doesn't want to face healing a wound. So this is very much an empowerment initiation of cosmic rebirth, which is an exciting energy to work with if we can keep rising into the perception and awareness that anything that comes in that might feel sticky or heavy is simply an old energetic that needs to be released, so that we don't fall into those self-sabotage or victimhood wounds, and that we start rising in our power. So we allow that density or that grief energy potentially, or any of the energy that might be flagging up any of the master wounds that we come in with, like abandonment, for example, and allow any sadness or grief in the heart space to be processed. So Pisces will ignite the emotional body. It is a water sign. It rules our emotional consciousness. So if there are feelings of heaviness or weightedness or old stories coming up, just take some time to sit in sacred ceremony and allow the feeling of the sadness to be processed without falling back into victimhood stories about the whys and the wherefores. The sun in Virgo energy is a beautiful illumination on how we can use the energy of Virgo, which is essentially the energy of the priestess, the healer. It's practical magic. It wants to create the highest vibrational reality possible. And it lends itself to earthly magic like aromatherapy, energy healing, herbalism, massage, dance, mantra, anything that's tantric, anything that will move energy through the body. So that Virgo and Sun energy is saying, I'm here to gift you potentially the method and the planning, because Virgo and energy is earthly energy that helps us to ground, and it gives us like the practical magic of do these embodiment practices to move the energy through you so you can become a higher vibration. So the cosmos is gifting us the consciousness to create practical magic in our lives, to create practices so we can move this strong Piscean energy through us, so we come back to the oneness of the Piscean energy, back to unity consciousness, back to beingness, and back to source energy. So the invitation would be to feel into where can you level up or upgrade your vibrational practices? Can you invite a daily yoga practice? Can you bring in swimming in the week? Can you create some really positive affirmations or mantras about what you're calling in and what you're wanting to release? Are you able to book yourself a beautiful healing session? You know, how do you want to rebirth? And how are you going to create the practices to embody that rebirth? So it's a really, really beautiful evolutionary couple of weeks ahead. This transit squaring Saturn is asking us, with the Saturnian energy being the lord of karma, of discipline, and of limitation, constriction, how are we able to use the weightedness of Saturn, the discipline of Saturn, to create those sacred practices so we can shift those lower dense vibrational energies, the sadness, the grief, the woundings, the false stories, the self-sabotage patterns, so we can really ignite more of this soul source consciousness within. How can we dance like the yin yang fishes of Pisces and flow downstream? You know, we don't see fishes standing rigid, you know, trying to swim upstream. The fish will gently glide down and flex and flow and weave and go with the tide. So feeling into allowing what is gently falling away to fall away without becoming attached or codependent on what might be falling away. Now that can be a strong theme because Mars is moving into Libra. The highest octave is creating more balance and diplomacy, more negotiation, more harmony within relationships. But it will also show us where we have got codependence or attachment styles to relationships. So again, it's allowing and giving ourselves the full unified empowerment and healing power within to let go of what is ready to be let go of, to invite the new relationships and the new energy to come in, and to heal any wounds around codependency or attachments to things, people, or places that do not serve our highest divine good and that we have truly outgrown. So feel into this as a huge cosmic rebirth. Allow what's falling away to fall away. If you are feeling triggered, what is the wound underneath the trigger? What needs to be healed? Parent the self, come into that source consciousness, allow that source consciousness, that 12th house consciousness to land in the heart space. Feel the divine feminine, sacred masculine coming together, so we're not giving our power away to anything outside of ourselves for our own fulfillment. How can we heal those wounds so we come into the empowerment of our source wisdom and truth, so we can create and experience our new reality. Knowing that Saturn's message is saying we are responsible for being the co-creators of our reality. No one or nothing else is. We have that divine co-creation ability. So let's not self-sabotage and give that to anybody or anything else. Let's be the sovereign, empowered co-creators we truly are, and have a flowing, flexible, adaptable, potentially releasing all of the outgrown and old energies within, and feel into the huge creation energy that Pisces brings, and feel into potentially inviting a real sacred energy around what your new archetypal energy wants to create and wants to receive in this new rebirth. And anchor that in, draw it out, write it down in your journal. Really feel into what you want to birth, what you want to live, and how you're going to share your sacred light, how you're going to share your divine gifts as we support and weave with one another to really manifest this bright and sparkling golden age together. So it would be an absolute delight if you wanted to work with me one-to-one in an intuitive soul coaching and healing session. I'm in the middle of the Goddess Moon Magic temple container, but if you are interested in weaving in temple ceremony, then do pop me a message. You can message me at ka@starangeltemple.com, and it would be an absolute pleasure to weave with you. But in the meantime, I'm sending cosmic rebirth blessings and light. Have a sacred and beautiful couple of weeks, and I will be back with you on the 14th for the second half of the September energy update. Namaste. So much love.